Liverpool looking strong. I will actually get your opinion first of all on Liverpool. I know that in the group chat, you've been fairly complimentary of Liverpool over the course of pre-season.
Yeah, I mean, the games I've watched them play and how they've been playing has been very, very good. And Arne started his life at Liverpool very well, in my opinion. He's clearly got his style of play across to the players. The players are on board, and the way that they move the ball is dangerous when they're on it. And then we were on them for the first 15, 20 minutes. I was like, okay, cool, this is good. But every time they had the ball for at least 5 minutes, they were threatening. They keep the ball very, very well. All the players know where they need to be, and they're creating chances. And yes, we created more. We had more shots, but they created chances that were more threatening, that caused more goals than we did today. So they are getting the ball in the right areas. And I'm looking at them and like, right, actually, I know it's taken a while for them to be active in the transfer market. We're yet to see if they will actually sign another player, but they are in a good spot. They're in a good spot. As a Liverpool fan, I don't think you should be panicking. I do think if they do sign 3 quality players, maybe even 4 quality players, then they can challenge for the league, hands down. And now Liverpool fans, they're doing this weird thing right now where if you say them they can challenge, that is a negative and how you're trying to bring us down by setting us up to fail. But there's really a compliment. The fact that your greatest Premier League manager has left your club to be in a position where you can say, actually, no, you can go again and potentially challenge for the league, your club. So don't take it negative. And now people will be semantic and be like, oh, but you're saying we must challenge. I'm not saying you must challenge. I'm saying you could. And as Liverpool fans, be excited that you can do that. If you don't expect that from Slot and the team, cool. But don't cower away from the fact that you could challenge because you've got a good team and your manager is starting life well.
And that's where me and you disagree. I think they should challenge. And the reason I think they should challenge is because the people running their club are exemplary. I'm talking about Michael Edwards and his team. This is not the same as Wenger leaving Arsenal or Man United losing Sir Alex. And I'll tell you as to why. Man United, when they lost Fergie and David Gill, had clowns running the club after that, making mistake after mistake after mistake. Liverpool fans don't think they've got clowns running their club in Michael Edwards and co. When Wenger left, they still had all the idiots that were running the club that kept Wenger there for all those years. And it wasn't until after the failed project with Unai Emery that they made all those changes behind the scenes, as an example. But still, with Arteta and co, they were taking over an empire that had already crumbled. Liverpool's empire that's been built in the last decade hasn't crumbled. Slot has inherited a very good squad. He's inherited a club in a very good position. The circumstance and the scenario is very, very different to that of Man United or Maresca going into Chelsea or when Arteta took over at Arsenal. The scenarios and the position of the football club are in very different positions. Now, we didn't know in the summer of 2013 what we know now about what was going on behind the scenes at Man United. But we all expected, and the world expected, David Moyes to try and challenge for the Premier League.
Yeah.
So that's why, for me, I'm keeping the energy the same. And this Liverpool fans can take this as a dig if they want. I think they want to do the underdog story, but they absolutely should be looked at as a team that has the ability. And all I've said is that you should challenge. I haven't said you should win the league. I haven't said you should beat City, but I think they should be challenging. And having watched them against Arsenal and Man United, you add some of their players returning and a few signings, I just don't see any reason why they can't challenge. Personally, I think Slot looks like an excellent manager. It isn't like they're suddenly trying to playing away where they're being exposed all over the pitch and there's confusion and problems and issues. They look really compact. They look really competent. They look like the chemistry has remained the same. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't notice in those 2 games that Klopp weren't on the bench. I know it's only pre-season, but I wasn't sitting there. I sat there a few times and went, oh, yeah, Slot on it. I didn't feel like there was a huge difference. I didn't look at it and go, oh, you can tell Klopp's gone now. Didn't think that in any capacity. So, yeah, they should be challenging, in my opinion. But I'm only saying that because I'm praising how they run as a club, how good their squad is, and how good their manager is. And if that offends you, I'm saying your team's good, fair play. Go on, mate, go on.
No, but I said we live in this world where everyone is so scared of being bantered that even a compliment is people are preempting. Oh, it's a setup to gas me to say something wild, and then later down the line when we fail, they'll come back at me and say you said this. Like everyone's on this like relaxing it. Like not everything's for banter, and especially on the terrace anyway. Maybe on other platforms, but here we have genuine football conversation, and the genuine consensus is that you guys are looking they're looking very very good. And yo, listen, if I was a Liverpool fan, I'll be excited for this season.
Yeah. I don't think it's all Liverpool fans, but there is a percentage I think that want to be played down as got a chance of top four, that's it. And then if they did something miraculous, like challenged or won it, they could go, oh, no one saw that coming. Nobody thought we could do it. There's an interesting super chat here that says, why does everyone talk about buying players and not improving the players you have? We have Gravenberch to step up. You have Mount 60 million, improve them.
Okay.
I think it's a fair challenge, but I want to throw some names out here to you, my friend. Why did Jurgen Klopp and your club sell Skirtle and Joe Allen and Ibe and Benteke and Mamadou Sakho? Origi was loaned out. Why did you do this? Why did you remove those players? Why did you get rid of
Mignolet, Karius,
like, and buy Allison? The problem is you can look to improve certain players, but at the same time you've got to buy. So I actually agree with you about Liverpool. I think Gravenberch should be given another opportunity, but I still think you need to add new blood. I still think you need to add new talent to a squad. And a lot of the time, it's about keeping your current players on their toes. Oh, someone's come in, plays in my position, makes them work harder. As they say, pressure creates diamonds or it bursts pipes. But yeah, so you've definitely got to buy players, in my view.
Yeah, 100%. Maths. If I said to you, actually, you know what, you shouldn't sign a DM because Endo's there. You need to improve Endo. Well, what would you say? Like, yeah, let's go for it. You picked Birch for a region, because you believe he's a player that can get good, right? So not every player you have can be improved. Sometimes they hit their ceiling. Sometimes the quality is just not there, and you just have to move on and replace them. No one's saying everyone you need to replace the entire squad of Liverpool for you to win a league. There's 3 or 4 maybe improvements or squad depth players that you could buy that are currently better than the players you got now, who then take you up to that level to win the league. That's all it is, man. Like no one's expecting you to spend loads of money. And hey, listen, we have Mason Mount for 60 million. I'm telling you now, he's capped. We've hit his ceiling, and he ain't getting any better for Man United. That is just my personal opinion. I feel for him because it's not all of his fault. Obviously, his injuries have played a part, and I think the way he ended at Chelsea has really affected him. But other than that, yeah, like there's no way. And I'm about to say Anthony, but he ain't improving either. There's no way Mount's improving at Man United. I think that's what we see of him is what we get.
No, I hear you on that. And look, there is still the possibility that Liverpool could fall off slightly, but I'm basing my opinion on having watched them play so far, and I think that there's a lot to be encouraged about as a Liverpool fan. You know, I did say a couple of months ago, of course and I joined in with a bit of banter and things like that, but of course there's a possibility that they go backwards, and there's also the possibility they play really well but don't quite get over the line, which is why I said challenge, because the reason why you got over the line many times with Klopp is because Klopp was a world-class elite manager. We don't know if that's Slot. Slot might get you to a certain point, like a Brendan Rodgers, and then you not quite make it over the line. We don't know what we don't know yet. But the challenge, I think it's there. But that is what it's set up to slate when we don't win the league. And this Liverpool fan says, Terry, you're saying that if we don't, you can go in on us and put pressure on Slot. We're not stupid.
Get over yourselves. Honestly, get over yourselves, man.
If you have watched me, okay, if you have watched me long enough on the football terrace, you know I don't operate like that. You know I don't behave in that way. You know that I don't. I'll criticize you when you're poor. I will have some fun at times because we all do. The irony is Maradon's in the chat. Hope you're well, mate. It gives me shit on every single show. It's part and parcel of what we do. But what I'm not going to do, and by the way, there are some Liverpool fans where if I said I don't think you can challenge, would also slag me off saying I'm being biased and preying on your downfall. What I will never do is change my opinion based on people's emotions towards the pressure that it might put upon them. I'm just being honest with you. This here says, last week you were slagging Liverpool's management for the contract situation. Now you were saying Listen, this is the thing, Johnny Sins. It's a really good challenge. I did mention that when the boys were bringing it up. I couldn't believe how many players were down to their last year of their contract. But the man I'm praising for overseeing this summer, Michael Edwards, he wasn't at your club when they all got run down, was he? He wasn't the individual that was in. There's no way if Michael Edwards was at your club for the last 3 to 4 years would this Trent and Van Dijk situation be ongoing. Those players would have been sold a year or two ago or have new deals. So again, the people now running your club, the person who has picked the manager, needs to improve. Equally, every single club in the world, even the best run ones, will make mistakes and do things wrong. And those particular circumstances can be criticized in isolation, as opposed to what I didn't do is making an overarching statement saying you are done, you are finished. Now, just because somebody else is ranting about it doesn't mean I won't laugh if they say something funny, because I'm allowed to have humor, my friend. So there's no flip-flopping in that agenda whatsoever. Example being, I've liked lots of things that Ineos have done at Man United. But if we sign a player tomorrow that I don't rate, I can criticize that in isolation. It doesn't mean I'm against everything. But thank you for the challenge, my friend. Really, really good challenge.